purpose of today is to celebrate and to say thanks to you all, to the Minister, to all the TDs and Senators, to the officials who, if anybody knows anything about the length of the bill, the complexity of it, that it was achieved in such a very relatively short period of time, that took huge work, dedication, and I nearly disappeared out into and also I'd like to thank agencies such as the Equality Authority, and especially Angela Kearns, the chairperson of the Equality Authority, myself and herself braved the bold Vincent Brown the other night, and I think the only thing you can say about going on television with Vincent Brown is that you survived. I'd also like to thank agencies such as the Congress of Trade Unions, who have supported us over many, many years, the Irish Council for Civil Liberties, Dundalk Outcomers, Labour LGBT, and especially I'd like to thank Atlantic Philanthropies and Brian Carney-Greaves, who's here today. I could point him out to you now so you could immediately rush over to him. I'll point him out later. I'd like to pay particular tribute to the full-time, highly professional staff in GLEN. I think grace under pressure would be the phrase that comes to mind. And just to list their names, Marie, Davin, Oren, Sandra and Tiernan. And just to mention in particular Brian Sheehan, our Managing Director, who with great professionalism and phenomenal commitment brought us to this place today. And I think and I'd also like to highlight Owen Collins, our Director of Policy Change, for his high intellect and rigour, as well as great diplomacy that brought us through the colleague group process so successfully. And Anne Colley is here today, and I think we should thank her and the group for providing the basic groundwork, the framework that allowed us to bring this partnership legislation through. I think I'm in danger now of thanking the parish priests and caterers if I'm not careful. So, but actually now that I think about it, I would like to thank the caterers. And in terms of governance and strategy, the board of GLEN obviously was critical. And now I'd like to pick out again a particular person, and it's our hero, Christopher Robson. He was a founder member of GLEN in 1998 and was co-chair of GLEN for many years. He's been active in the lesbian and gay movement and in the wider social movement in Ireland for social justice and for equality in general since the 80s. And I think the one thing that characterises him is his generosity of spirit. He has made sure that that is the bedrock of the GLEN's approach to achieving change. And when we're talking about Chris, we can't but talk about Bill Foley, his partner of more than 30 years. They've been in a loving, committed relationship for that length of time. I suppose that on that, I'd just like you all to join in strong applause for all of those people who I've mentioned and who have brought us to this position. Just going back to Bill and Chris, I think it's important to remind ourselves that this is what this is all about. We're not just talking about the dry language of statutes, we're talking about real lives, and we're talking about providing a legal framework for people's love, care and commitment to one another. We've gathered these speeches here together today to mark and celebrate what is an historic civil rights reform. And it follows on from the publication of the Dáil debates, which we did recently. And that is GLEN's tribute to, and it shows our pride in, this republic and its democratic processes. The civil partnership, it was strongly welcomed by all political parties, and has been described by the Minister as amongst the most progressive pieces of legislation to come before the Seanad in its long history. The bill will deliver a comprehensive series of rights and responsibilities. There are gaps in the legislation, but those gaps are serious. They are serious, but they will be addressed. We are confident. Minister Hearn rightly referred to the quality of the debate in the Seanad when he stated that the speeches made on second stage were a credit to the House and to public representatives of all political parties. Indeed, it's GLEN's strong opinion that the quality of the debate was a strong rebuttal of the corrosive cynicism about politics that can be all too present in Irish society. It is always GLEN's hope to achieve change with the support of the greatest number of our legislators and with the greatest amount of support of public opinion. And I think that is what we achieved, and I think that's a great tribute to our society that is the case. And in fact, the Minister remarked on that, saying that the issue of civil rights for lesbian and gay people is now part of the mainstream agenda. Coming to a conclusion, after a somewhat fraught debate for all of those who were in the Senate at the committee stage, humour and celebration returned, and when the Cathaoirleach announced that the bill was now to go to the President, there was loud applause from the senators and a standing ovation from the mostly lesbians and gay men in the public gallery. It was a moment of great emotion, of great achievement and great relief. We all had pride in this further powerful demonstration of the commitment of our legislators to implementing radical progress for lesbians and gay men in Ireland. And just to finalise with two quotes from two senators, as David Norris noted in his wrap-up contribution, "I am proud this day has come. It is a massive, overwhelming victory. It is a victory not for gay people, not for Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, the Green Party, Labour or the Independents. It is a victory for decency and for this country." And then finally, Pierce Doherty from Donegal, they seem to be good things in the water up there. And he finished almost on a poetic note when he said that many people may have had a contribution to getting this legislation through, but then he said as soon as the President puts her signature to it, the bill in other words, it will be the people's bill. Thank you.